More drivers and teams finalize their 2026 plans. Is Ford just giving up on the O'Reilly Auto Parts series? How's it going, y'all? My name is Eric. Welcome to Out of the Groove. Happy Friday, folks. Battling a slight cold, so I apologize for assaulting your eardrums with this stuffy, mucky sounding voice. But we got some NASCAR news to catch up on to wrap up the week. A lot of O'Reilly Auto Parts and Craftsman Truck Series driver and team movement. Where to begin? Let's go rapid fire right off the bat, beginning with Jordan Anderson Racing, who's running it back with drivers Gilbert and Blaine Perkins. They're also adding a third full-time car, sort of an all-star car for a rotating cast of characters to be announced later, and they're strengthening their alliance with Richard Childress Racing. Gilbert, solid veteran driver, just missed out on the playoffs last season, finished 14th in the standings. I think he's a solid choice. Blaine Perkins, I don't want to be mean, but this is professional sports. This is supposed to be a merit-based, result-oriented business, and Blaine Perkins was bad last season. I mean, he finished second to last in points among full-time Xfinity Series drivers. He's got funding. He's getting another chance. I mean, maybe the RCR Alliance will add some speed. Maybe he'll figure it out. He is young. I'm rooting for him, but I didn't see anything to get me excited in 2025. I'm not expecting much in 2026. It's professional sports. We got to be brutally honest from time to time. Ryan Sieg Racing will continue their relationship with Haas factory team. They too, like Haas, will make the switch to Chevrolet. Ryan Sieg will be running Hendrick engines next year. Ryan will be in the 39. Kyle Sieg, his brother, of course, will also race full-time. Now a Chevy team, now with Haas. The Hendrick Engines alliance, that's interesting. That's intriguing. Gosh, at some point, it feels like Ryan Sieg is going to break through and finally get that first career win. Almost came at Texas a couple years ago, bested by a couple inches by one of those Hendrick engines. So now with the right power under the hood, maybe this is the year, this coming year is finally Ryan Sieg's time to shine. Saw a headline, Jeremy Clements is also teaming up with Haas, forming an alliance with Haas factory team. They were already a Chevy team, but man, with Haas going to Chevy, with Sieg and company going to Chevy, is Ford just giving up on the O'Reilly Auto Parts series next season? Because I think the only full-time 2025 team that's left would be AM Racing, and they haven't announced their 2026 plans yet. They very well too could switch to Chevy and continue their partnership with Haas. Time will tell, but right now it's not looking good for Ford's NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts series numbers. It's like they're just giving up on their development system altogether. I mean, who does Ford have in the lower ranks? Thor Sport and Trucks, they kind of do their own thing. You know, Ty Majeski, Ben Rhodes. I think Majeski is very comfortable in the Craftsman Truck Series. He's able to win races, contend for championships. They only run, 25 races a year, so he still has time to focus on his late model program. So who else does Ford have? Lane Riggs, I guess. Chandler Smith, I guess. Frankie Muniz. Is Frankie Muniz their third best prospect? Is he even a Ford prospect? Ford just does not have a development system in NASCAR right now. At least not one that's anywhere near as fleshed out as what Toyota or even Chevrolet have at this point. And maybe it doesn't matter. Look at their Cup Series team. Zane Smith, after a brief sabbatical with Chevrolet, he rejoined Ford and Front Row Motorsports this last year. Noah Gragson used to be at Chevy, JRM, looked like a Hendrick guy, and now he's with Ford, has been the last couple years. I'll say this, I don't think OEM loyalty is a huge thing, to be honest. I mean, shoot, Kyle Busch and Toyota couldn't get a deal done 3 years ago. Jimmy Johnson, one of the greatest, most iconic Chevrolet drivers of all time, left Chevy to convert his team to Toyota just a couple years ago. If Chevrolet couldn't hold on to Jimmy Johnson, there's little to no manufacturer loyalty in NASCAR these days. Every driver, every team is opportunistic. If there's a better opportunity ahead of them, a bigger bag on the horizon, they're going to jump at it more likely than not. So I don't think it's a huge deal that Ford doesn't have a traditional development pipeline. I mean, look at how many prospects Toyota has developed and then lost over the years. William Byron was once upon a time a KBM driver for Toyota. Drivers, crew chiefs, engineers, they bounce around all the time. It's not good that Ford may be lacking a significant O'Reilly Auto Parts Series presence next year. Like, that does stink for Ford fans. But from a driver development standpoint, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. It's probably a small setback for sure, but I don't think it's the end of the world by any means. All right, a few more topics. Let's talk about Kaulig Ram trucks. According to Ram CEO Tim Kuniskis, Ram will enter the number 25 truck for all 25 races next season and will feature a different driver behind the wheel just about every week. And they say that they won't announce the next week's driver until the Monday leading up to race day. According to Bob Pockris, Tony Stewart gave a no comment when asked about being linked to Ram NASCAR. Ram CEO Tim Kuniskis also mentioned Cletus McFarland by name, but was non-committal on any one driver for this Ram 25 truck just yet. Clearly, they see this truck as a marketing opportunity, and I don't blame them for it. Look, Kaulig and Ram's full-time truck series lineup is pretty solid. Like, Justin Haley is a proven O'Reilly Auto Parts Series winner. He has several years of NASCAR Cup Series experience. I expect him to plug in nicely and be competitive right off the bat. Brendan Queen, elite short track racer, kind of reminds me of Josh Berry from a few years ago. Not a ton of NASCAR experience, but a very seasoned race car driver. Queen is, 27 years old? He'll actually be one of the older contenders in the Craftsman Truck Series next season. Was fantastic in ARCA this year, as we all hoped. So Brendan Queen, Justin Haley, even Daniel Dye. I don't think Daniel Dye is amazing. I think he's fine. I think he can hang. I'm pretty happy with Kaulig's 3 full-time Ram Craftsman Truck Series drivers. So if Ram wants to have some fun with that 4th and 5th truck, I know there's like a TV show they're filming. This 5th truck could be their all-star truck. Be my guest. Generate some headlines. Absolutely. I actually think NASCAR Chasm on Twitter had the best idea. He suggested that they don't tell us who's driving the truck until after the race. Masked Singer style. Or maybe they should announce it like after stage 2. Like, hey, truck number 25, this is Michael Waltrip in the booth. You got a copy? And you just get like a Cletus McFarland, hell yeah, brother, on the other line. And then the whole audience goes crazy. Oh, it's Cletus. It's Tony Stewart. It's whoever. We actually did something like that for Groovy Hollow a few years ago, the first Halloween charity iRace event that myself and others put on. We got Josh Berry to drive the Halloween machine. And during all the marketing, all the lead up, it was a mystery. Who is the Halloween machine? Oh, can they be stopped? All the while, it was Josh Berry behind the wheel. Great iRacer, great short tracker. And I think towards the end of like the second half of the race, we announced on the air, hey, it's Josh Berry in this car. And the chat went crazy. And then as if it was scripted, it wasn't. Josh Berry went on a run the final stretch of the race and won the event. So it was a storybook ending, unscripted, but it worked out great. It would be cool to see something like that in a real world NASCAR Truck Series race. But yeah, I get it. Ram is going to want to market whatever star driver they get in this truck ahead of time. It's cool. I hope they have fun with it. If Cletus makes a one-off, Stewart somehow comes back, that would be cool. I'll be interested to see who else Ram can get to drive this truck. Let's stay with the Craftsman Truck Series for a moment. Christian Eckes is returning to McAnally Hilgeman Racing. He will drive the number 91 next season with crew chief Dave Allenz on the box. Eckes drove for McAnally in 2023, 2024 before joining Kaulig Racing in the Xfinity Series this last season. I wish this year had gone better for Christian Eckes. I think Christian Eckes is a very solid young driver. Kaulig just didn't have the speed. And the second half of the year, whatever connection to Chevy they used to have was all but gone. Little speed, little support, and yet still Christian Eckes was the best driver at Kaulig this year. He was better than Daniel Dye. He was better than Josh Williams, better than most of the part-time guys. Barely missed out on the playoffs. Still finished 13th in points his rookie season. Never looked overmatched. Never looked, in over his head. I think very highly of Christian Eckes. 25 years old, still has time to develop and build up a nice career. Back in the Craftsman Truck Series, though, Eckes has to be an early championship favorite, regardless of format. Last time Christian Eckes raced trucks was 2 years ago, same team. He had 4 wins and was in the championship 4, looked almost as good as Corey Heim most of the year. Now he's back, same team, different crew chief, sure. Charleston Ike moved up to the Cup Series and won the Brickyard 400 this year, but Dave Ellens is a Southern 500 winner with Eric Jones a few years ago. Cup Series experience should be a solid combo. And again, regardless of format, Eckes proved last time he was in the trucks, he can win his way into the championship 4. He also proved, back in 2024, he can be consistent, if that's what the points format calls for. In 2024, Eckes finished top 10 in 22 of 23 races that season. The only race he didn't score a top 10, I believe, was a super speedway race at the start of the year where, according to Racing Reference, he DNF'd due to a brake issue. So Eckes is fast, he's extremely consistent, does not make many mistakes. Yeah, I don't know what the odds for next year's Truck Series Championship look like. They're probably not even out yet, but my way too early Truck Series prediction is that, Christian Eckes will be one of the top guys to beat. McAnally this year, with Tyler Ankrum and Daniel Hemrick, made the playoffs. They both got a race win. It's a good team. And Christian Eckes is a proven driver in that equipment. Exciting to see him back with McAnally. Should be a contender. I mean, with Corey Heim not racing full-time trucks, most likely, who will be his toughest competition? I mean, Ty Majeski, of course, solid veteran. I think he's moving to the 88, right, at Autosport. Some of the young guys, Lane Riggs keeps getting better, really fast. Caden Honeycutt, if the rumors are true, and he's in the Tricon 11, he'll be tough to beat. He made the championship 4 this year in a substitution role. I like Brendan Queen. I like Justin Haley. Obviously, some more vets, the Ben Rhodes, the Grant Enfingers of the world. I'm probably leaving someone out. Chandler Smith, can't count out Chandler Smith. He's a proven Xfinity Series winner, but Christian Eckes, back where it all really began, back where he really put his name on the map. That's unfair because I actually mentioned just last week that 9 years ago, Christian Eckes as a teenager won the Snowball Derby at Five Flag Speedway. His name has been out there. He's been on the map for quite some time, but if you only follow the top levels of NASCAR, it was his time at McAnally Hilgeman, 22, 23, probably 24 in that 19 truck. That's probably when you first really became aware of Christian Eckes. Maybe it was the double bird on the front straightaway at Texas Motor Speedway. I don't know. It was the last time Eckes and McAnally teamed up. They made things happen. I see no reason why they shouldn't do the same in 2026. All right, I'll wrap up with this. Talking a lot of trucks and O'Reilly in this episode. Let's wrap up with some O'Reilly Auto Parts Series news. My guy, Brennan Poole, is returning to Alpha Prime Racing for the 3rd consecutive year. He'll drive the 44 next season. I'll admit that I'm biased when it comes to Brennan Poole. We've become pretty good friends over the past few years. He's been a regular on the channel, and I think he's a great fit at Alpha Prime Racing. He's a clean racer more times than not, doesn't make a ton of mistakes. He's reliable. He's going to bring that equipment home in one piece, keep it out of harm's way, is going to take advantage of others' mistakes to maximize his finish every single weekend. But man, after back-to-back seasons of taking a 25th to 30th place car and finishing 16th and 19th in the points, I guess I was hoping that one of these bigger teams, one of these alliance teams, would take a flyer on Brennan Poole. Brennan and that team have punched above their weight for 2+ years now, and I know folks in the garage recognize it, and I understand that this is simply a money game, and Brennan does not have maybe the same sponsorship dollars behind him that some of these other young drivers do, but I have heard through the grapevine some of the numbers that some of these drivers have thrown around, and I don't think he's crazy far off. That's all I'm saying. I don't expect Brennan Poole to get a Joe Gibbs Racing or a Junior Motorsports seat. I'll be realistic, but again, no disrespect to Blaine Perkins, Brennan Poole would be way more competitive in that 31 car next season. I think that's just a fact. Or that 99. No disrespect to Parker Retzlaff, but Brennan Poole beat him all season long without a leased motor out of the same shop. I think Brennan would be better in the 99 next season. They have an RCR alliance. So I'm excited. I know Brennan's excited to run it back with Alpha Prime. I think, again, really good group of guys there. Tommy Joe Martins is a great leader. Doesn't have the budget of some of these other teams, but he's smart. He's authentic. He's easy to root for. I think that 44 bunch is going to continue to exceed expectations going forward, but I would love to see, selfishly, biasedly, I would love to see Brennan Poole get an opportunity in an Alliance O'Reilly Auto Parts Series car. Put him in a top 15 car, and he's a playoff driver in that series. With the experience he has compared to many others in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series field, yeah, put him in a top 15 car, he's making the playoffs. If the playoff format remains unchanged, which we know it probably won't. Anyway, wanted to talk about that news and also go to bat for my boy, Brennan Poole there. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Any surprising O'Reilly Auto Parts or Craftsman Truck Series news? Are you surprised that some drivers are standing pat, switching from Ford to Chevy? What's Ford gonna do next season if they really don't have any notable O'Reilly Auto Parts Series numbers? Share your thoughts down in the comment section below. I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe. Really appreciate your support each and every day, every week, every month, every single year. I also want to say thank you to everyone for the kind and supportive messages and comments yesterday. Shout out to Chris. Yesterday's comment section alerted me to the fact that apparently I've been nominated for Autosport.com's inaugural Creator of the Year award, which is crazy. I literally had no idea this was a thing. I'm super surprised, but very honored to be included on this incredible list of great creators. David Land and I, we go way back. He's been on the show many times in the past. Awesome IndyCar coverage, does some other motorsports as well. But yeah, no, it's an honor to be included on this list. I obviously don't do this for the awards. There really aren't awards for this. I do this because it's fun, but it's cool to be recognized, and I appreciate all your kind comments yesterday. If you are interested in voting, because this is a fan vote award apparently, you can click the link down in the description. I'd really appreciate it. I know the entries, all the other categories are definitely more international racing focused. I believe Autosport is based in like London, so it's a lot of F1, but there is some NASCAR stuff to vote on as well, and it feels nice to sort of be the creator representing NASCAR on this list. Definitely an honor. Really appreciate everyone's support. So yeah, go vote if you are so inclined. I would appreciate it. But thank you all for watching. I'll see you again real soon. Thanks for tuning in, folks.